So, what scares you? For some people, it's a phobia of clowns, vampires, werewolves, or things they can't control, like pure evil. Demonic possession, ghosts, even terrorists could put the fear in you. But for me, it's the things I can't see coming that keep me awake at night. Not really awake, but, make me think twice. Mostly sickness and disease. Just recently, National Geographic put out a miniseries called The Hot Zone. It's about the first time the dreaded Ebola virus reached the United States. Reached the capital, no less. Like Washington, D.C. And it all kind of accumulated in a animal research facility that housed monkeys imported from foreign countries. This is all true, by the way. This actually took place. If the story sounds familiar, it was actually made into a movie prior to this series. You might remember it. I think it came out in the 90s. Mid-90s, maybe late 90s, with Dustin Hoffman, called Outbreak. It was a little more, dramatized than Hollywood, but nonetheless based off the same book, The Hot Zone. What's it about? These scientists discovered a bloodborne pathogen that took out monkeys. At first, they thought it was this monkey-only virus called the simian hemorrhagic fever. Made monkeys bleed out and die. But it tested positive for something else, something far more deadly, which had a 0 chance of survival and no cure at that. And, the show flashback between 1976, where a team of scientists in Africa first discovered the virus. It was like decimating villages, and things got so bad, the villages were burned just to slow down the virus. Fast forward to 1989, and a tissue sample from a monkey infected with this very deadly bug shows up at this military research facility. Now, this alarms one of the top researchers, who actually seeks the help out of not only her husband, who's kind of in the same field, but and her team of researchers who are all curious about this. She enlists the help of a former mentor that got caught up in some business back over in Africa. Kind of slandered his name a little bit, but she this is a little too much for her to handle, so she kind of brought him along to help her out. So what happens next is panic ensues. There's a lot of government cover-up, a lot of bureaucracy, military jargon and all that stuff. And also a lot of close calls of the virus getting out. Everyone's kind of on edge. Some people think they have it. Some people are, scared to, be in contact with other people. It becomes a mess. Now, the scary thing is all this is relevant. Ebola is still around. There's no cure. And there's barely a treatment. Seeing what this bug can do is devastating, especially in undeveloped countries, mainly West Africa. I think it was great. It had a good cast, some familiar faces, and overall it was a pretty good drama / thriller. It actually represents something that still threatens us to this day. It felt very real because it was, that's kind of the bottom line. This is a real threat, and it's still kicking somewhere out in the jungles. So, my advice is, if you're in the mood to become a germaphobe and enjoy a decent thriller, then this is your show. It's 6 episodes of pure, real terror. I'm sure you guys could rewatch it on demand on National Geographic Channel. If you're looking for something different to watch, then I totally recommend it. It's graphic, of course, in some scenes, but it never gets boring. And there you have it. The Hot Zone on Nat Geo. Check it out if you like. I think that'll definitely keep you guys in the zone for a while. So yeah, there's my little review of that TV series, The Hot Zone. Until next time, talk to you all later.